guys, welcome to Consistency Cooking. Today I'm really excited to share my favorite recipe with you guys. Today we're going to be making Dum Chicken Briyani. So dum means cooked in steam. So that is a process of the biryani which I'm going to show you as well. And I'm really excited to share this recipe because over the years a lot of people have asked me to share a chicken biryani recipe and I just never get the time to record it because the process is so lengthy. But trust me guys, the end results, it's always worth it. So let's get started. To start, you're going to need one whole chicken cut into small pieces, 3 large sliced onions, 1/3 of this we're going to use for the layering, 2 large chopped tomatoes, ginger garlic paste, some light whole spices, but you have cardamom and bay leaves, cumin seeds, coriander powder, salt, turmeric, cardamom powder, garam masala, chili powder, some mace, also known as javitri, oil, 4 cups of rice soaked in water and washed, a little bit of food coloring. Now for the layering, you're going to need 2 large tomatoes sliced, cilantro, some split green chilies. You're also going to need some heavy cream, some ghee, some kevra water, yogurt, and some dough. To start, you're going to add half a cup of oil in a pot and temper the whole spices and the cumin seeds. And then when they're done, you're going to add the sliced onions. You're going to cook the onions until they're a little caramelized, and you're going to remove 1/3 of the onion so we can use it for the layering. If you don't want to cook both of the onions together, you can fry the onions separately for the layering. After you've removed 1/3 of the onion, now you're going to add 2 tablespoons of ginger garlic paste, and you're going to stir this until the ginger garlic paste is completely cooked. Now you're going to add the tomatoes and cook this until they're nice and soft, and you're going to do this for about a few minutes, and then we're going to add the rest of the ingredients. You're going to add 1 tablespoon of mace, 1 tablespoon of turmeric powder. Now you're going to add 3 tablespoons of chili powder. You can add less if you want less spicy. 2 tablespoons of coriander powder, 1 teaspoon of garam masala, 1 tablespoon of cardamom powder, and 1 tablespoon of salt. We're going to mix all the ingredients and cook this until the tomatoes have softened and turned into a thick paste-like consistency. The reason that we're adding a lot of spices is because we're going to be also flavoring the rice with this masala. So now we're going to add our chicken, and we're going to cook our chicken for about a few minutes, and then we're going to get ready to add our 1 cup of water. You can also add additional water when you were doing the masala if it gets too dry. So we're not going to add more than 1 cup because we want the masala to be very thick. We're going to cook the chicken in open flame for about 10 minutes, and when you start to see the oil starts to release, you're going to cover the pot for additional 10 minutes and put the flame on low medium heat. After the 10 minutes are done, you can see the chicken is all ready and it's cooked about 80%. The rest of the 20% we're going to be cooking in with the dum. We're going to boil the rice with some cardamom pods, bay leaves, 1/4 cup of oil, 2 tablespoons of salt, and half of lemon or lime juice. And once it starts boiling, we're going to add our rice and we're going to cook it for about 70%. The rest 30% is going to be cooked in with the dum. Make sure not to move the rice too much, otherwise you will break the grains. Once it has cooked for 70%, you can set it aside and drain the water. Now we're just going to set up for our layering process. So these are all the things that you need, and now what we're going to do is we're going to take some of the rice and put it in a bowl, and we're going to add some food coloring and mix that. So this is going to give a nice color between the biryani, so this is going to be part of your layer. I did not like this food coloring. It did not give a red pigmentation, it gave more of a pink, but try to use a food coloring that gives a nice red color, or you can just avoid this process if you don't want to add any food coloring. So we're going to combine all the wet ingredients to make a sauce for the layers. So the sauce is going to help create moisture within the layers, and the essence from this sauce is going to bring out the flavors of your biryani. So we're going to take 1 cup of yogurt and whip it until it's nice and smooth, and add half a cup of kefir water, which is an essence from a flour, and half a cup of heavy cream, and 2 tablespoons of cardamom powder. The only thing that you're missing here is fennel seed powder and saffron, which is something that I don't have momentarily. And you're going to whip this, and then your sauce is all ready. I seriously consider this to be the secret ingredient to make your biryani taste amazing. So we're going to grease the bottom of our pan with some ghee. This is going to help make the rice not stick to the bottom of the pan. And then after it's done, we're all set to start our layering process. First, I start by layering it with a base of rice. And once I added the rice, I'm going to add a few pieces of chicken with some masala. And then after I add that, I'm going to add the sauce. And now I'm going to add some ghee. And now I'm gonna add some tomatoes and some cilantro and some chili. You can do this in any order that you like, and also some fried onions. So that's up to you. And we're also going to cover it with some colored rice. Now we're going to continue the process for all the layers. I'm not really sure about how many layers this will take, but just be mindful about the amount of meat and rice and all the ingredients that are going in the middle that you're putting. Make sure they're evenly distributed. And another thing, guys, I'm going to be giving this dum in the oven. I feel like I tried making biryani in so many different ways, and I found out that the oven works best and the rice cooks evenly because the heat is coming from all around. So I really enjoy making it in the oven, but you can always do this on stovetop. That's all up to you. I wish you guys can really smell all the flavors that are coming out from this biryani. It smells so good. So for my final layer, I like to cover it with rice, some of the sauce, some ghee, cilantro, chilies, tomatoes, some colored rice, and of course the fried onions. And now we're gonna get ready to give it some dum. After you have kneaded the dough, you're going to roll it out and stick it at the edges of your pot. So the reason we're going to use dough is to hold the heat inside and make sure that no air is going out. So this is going to help create the dum inside your biryani, and it's going to bring out all your flavors. Make sure you put the lid on tightly and make sure to press it down so the dough sticks to the lid. And then you can take the remainder of the edges and then just kind of cover it up on the top as well. So this is going to make it extra secure. We're going to preheat the oven to 400 degrees and set the timer for 20 minutes. We're going to bake this for 20 minutes and let it sit for 10 additional minutes before we open it up. Be careful when you're removing the dough because the edges might be really hot. This smells wonderful. Be very careful when you're mixing the rice, and your biryani is all set. So this is the final look of our biryani, and today is a very special day because it's my parents' wedding anniversary, so that is the reason I made this very special dish. And we're going to enjoy this with a side of salad, and we're also going to have it with the ultimate side dish, which is raita. So today I made bundi raita, guys. So guys, I know that this was a very lengthy video and it was a really long process, but once you put in the effort and the love into making biryani, the end results will amaze you. So have a great day, guys, and stay safe.